In this tutorial, we're going to go ahead and use Photoshop CC 2020 to use a knockout text effect so we can kind of create a see-through text with kind of a line. It's great for postcards, great for just drawing some really cool attention to a really interesting picture. So what it's going to go ahead and do is go ahead and grab the St. Louis at night photo. That's one we're going to be playing with. Let's do a file, save as. First initial, last name, underscore knockout type, .psd, and say save. Let's go ahead and do our image size. We're going to go ahead and make this a postcard. Right now it's 56 inches, so it's almost 5 feet wide, which is much bigger than we're ever going to need it. So let's go ahead and change that width to 6, change that resolution up to 300, leave our resample 2.0 on, and say OK. I'm going to do a Control plus and blow that up a little bit so as we're making a postcard. Let's do a Control S and save what we have so far. Alright, let's go ahead and start playing with the effect. So we need to go ahead and add a new layer. In that new layer, it's that plus sign at the bottom. We want to go to Edit and come down to Fill. Within Fill, we want our contents to be white. We want our mode to be normal, our opacity to be 100%. When we push OK, it's going to turn the entire thing white, and that's OK. Don't panic. Alright, we're going to come over here to our Layers panel. We're going to go and change our opacity from 100 down to about 70% so we can make it see-through. Now we want to go ahead and add the actual type itself. So let's go ahead and grab our type tool. And for this one, I'm going to go ahead and use a Garamond. You can choose whatever you like, whatever goes with your photo. I want it to be regular. 60 points is fine. It doesn't really matter what color, but we can go ahead and make it black. Black is 000, in case you want to know. Because it's really just a placeholder. It's not actually going to affect what we're going to see in the end. So I'm going to go ahead and click, and I'm going to write St. Louis. Now anywhere where my image is where, or my words are, is where I'm going to knock out that type underneath. So we're going to make the St. Louis part see-through. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is play with it. So let's go ahead and shift click. So we're going to make these two a group. So I'm on my St. Louis layer. I'm going to hit shift. I'm going to click layer 1. So I select them both. And I'm going to do a right click. And I want to, let's just go to layer. And let's come down here to group layers. So now both of those layers are in a single folder. So whatever I do applies only to the folder itself. Alright, so we want to go into that group, do the down arrow. We want to click on the text layer, so the one that says St. Louis. We want to go ahead and go to the flyout menu, the hamburger menu. And we want to come down here to blending options, which is about the middle. In blending options, we want to go to the one that says knockout, which is kind of in the middle under advanced. We want to change that knockout to be shallow. We want to make sure our fill opacity is 0. So see how it now makes it completely see-through instead of being able to see, or having it block through. So let's go ahead and say OK. So now I want to go ahead and turn this white layer into a stripe. So I'm going to go ahead and grab on that layer 1. I'm going to use my move tool to transform it. Make sure our show transform controls is checked. It makes it a lot easier. You want to go ahead and shift drag that white so we can kind of make just the little line. And I'm going to grab it from the bottom as well. If I don't like the way my St. Louis is, I can always move it around. So it's a relatively easy and fast effect, but can make a really big impact in your publications and the designs that you are creating. So go ahead and push OK. Control S and save it, push OK. Then you're going to go ahead and find one more that you can do this knockout type effect. Play with different things like different types of, it doesn't have to be white. It can be blue. It can be totally a different color. It can be a color from your image. You can use different types of text. So play and do something fun. That's all for knockout type.